The Young and the Restless, did Matt cause Noah's canyon crash as revenge for Sienna's affair? Y&R Spoilers Update. The drama in The Young and the Restless continues to spiral out of control as more shocking secrets begin to surface in Genoa City. In a storyline that's both mysterious and dangerously personal, fans are not asking the burning question: was Matt Clark, now going by Mitch Bacall, responsible for Noah Newman's canyon crash? And could his motive have been pure revenge after learning that his wife, Sienna Bacall, was cheating with none other than Noah himself? The puzzle pieces are starting to fit together, and the picture they form is explosive. Nick's relentless pursuit for answers. Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, has been on a mission since the moment his son, Noah Newman at Lucas Adams, was pulled from the wreckage of that horrifying canyon crash. The details surrounding the accident just don't add up, and neither does Sienna Bacall's reaction when she learned the news. She was rattled, yes, but not in the way one would expect. It wasn't guilt over causing the crash. It was fear. Fear of who might have found out what she'd been hiding. Nick's instincts told him something deeper was going on, especially when he discovered Sienna's name saved in Noah's phone. That single discovery set off alarm bells in his head. He's been around long enough to know that coincidences don't exist in Genoa City, and this connection between Noah and Sienna, it was more than casual. When Nick confronted Sienna at the shadow room, she tried to act composed, but her defensiveness gave her away. Every time Nick pushed, Sienna pushed back harder. She claimed to be a married woman and insisted there was nothing inappropriate going on with Noah. But the harder she tried to distance herself from the young man, the more suspicious she became. Sienna's denial raises more questions. If there's one thing The Young and the Restless fans know, it's that the louder someone denies a scandal, the more likely it is to be true. Sienna has been on edge ever since the accident. She's downplayed her relationship with Noah, snapping at anyone who brings it up and insisting that she barely knew him. Yet she's also gone out of her way to protect herself from any potential fallout, covering her tracks, managing the shadow room's image, and dodging questions from both the police and Nick. So what exactly is she hiding? Her reaction suggests that she wasn't simply a witness or a bystander in Noah's life. There's an emotional undertone there, one mixed with panic and regret. Sienna's marriage to Mitch Bacall, Roger Howarth, has been rocky for a while, and their chemistry has cooled into tension and secrets. That tension might have pushed her into Noah's orbit, where she found an escape. What started as harmless conversation could have quickly turned into something more intimate, something dangerous. And if Mitch, who we now know is actually Matt Clark, Nick's old nemesis, discovered that affair, it could have been the breaking point. Matt Clark's return. Old enemy, new identity. Matt Clark's resurrection as Mitch Bacall shocked longtime fans. Years ago, Matt wreaked havoc on the Newman family, especially Nick and Sharon. His manipulative mind and dark tendencies made him one of Genoa City's most feared villains. So when Nick started noticing eerie similarities between Mitch and Matt, it wasn't just paranoia, it was instinct. Now, under his new identity, Matt seems to have embedded himself into Genoa City society, running the shadow room alongside Sienna. But beneath the polished exterior lies a man still obsessed with revenge. His return has all the hallmarks of a classic Matt Clark scheme: deception, manipulation, and psychological warfare aimed squarely at the Newmans. The crash that changed everything. Noah's canyon crash might not have been an accident after all. The timing, the circumstances, and the people involved paint a sinister picture. Noah had been with Sienna shortly before the crash. They were seen together, and it's no secret now that their relationship was growing closer. Then, out of nowhere, Noah's car went off the road, leaving him in a coma, fighting for his life. What if that wasn't fate? What if it was revenge? Matt, who's known for his vindictive streak, could easily have seen Noah as both a threat and an opportunity. Imagine his fury upon discovering that his wife was involved with the son of the man who once destroyed his life. Running Noah off the road wouldn't just punish Sienna, it would devastate Nick and Sharon too. For Matt, that's a double victory. And the more we learn, the more it looks like that's exactly what happened. Sienna's fear and guilt are telling. Since Noah's accident, Sienna has been walking on eggshells. Every word she says feels calculated. Every move she makes seems driven by fear. She's trying desperately to manage the situation, protecting Mitch from scrutiny, hiding her involvement with Noah, and keeping the shadow room free of police investigation. Young and the Restless spoilers suggest that Sienna is even working to cover up possible evidence, keeping the authorities off her trail. That kind of behavior doesn't come from innocence, it comes from guilt, or at the very least, fear of exposure. Sienna might not know for sure what Mitch did, but deep down she seems to suspect it. Her worst nightmare might be realizing that her actions, her affair with Noah, triggered Matt's vengeful rampage. Nick's growing suspicion. Nick's gut tells him Matt is involved. Even without proof, he knows how Matt operates. When Nick finally comes face to face with Mitch, the resemblance to his old enemy is undeniable. The tone, the arrogance, the subtle smirk, it's all there. Nick's blood boils as he realizes he might be standing inches away from the man who tried to destroy his family once before and might have just hurt his son. Expect an explosive confrontation between the two, filled with raw anger and years of unresolved history. Nick will demand answers about Noah's accident, Sienna's role, and why Mitch, if that's even his real name, is in Genoa City pretending to be someone else. But Matt is a master manipulator. He'll play innocent, twist Nick's words, and make him doubt his own instincts. Still, deep down, Nick knows this isn't over. The man in front of him is dangerous, and he won't stop until he gets what he wants. The double motive: revenge and betrayal. If Matt did cause Noah's crash, it wasn't just about jealousy. It was about power. It was about sending a message to Sienna, to Nick, to Sharon, and to anyone who ever crossed him. The affair gave him a personal motive, but his long-standing hatred for the Newmans gave him the perfect excuse. By targeting Noah, Matt could hit two birds with one stone. He'd punish his wife for her betrayal and reopen old wounds in the Newman family. It's the kind of twisted logic that defines Matt Clark: cold, strategic, and personal. Sienna's breaking point. As the investigation intensifies, Sienna might find herself trapped between protecting Mitch and telling the truth. Her guilt over Noah's near death and fear of what Matt might do next could push her to the edge. She's already showing cracks, snapping at questions, losing sleep, and becoming increasingly paranoid. It's only a matter of time before she either confesses what she knows or becomes Matt's next target. If she stays silent, she risks becoming complicit. If she talks, she risks everything. What's next for the Newmans? Noah is finally awake, but he's struggling with memory loss. He can't remember the crash or what led up to it. That missing piece could hold the key to the entire mystery. When his memories start to return, he might recall something crucial: a car following him, a confrontation with Mitch, or even Sienna's final words before the accident. Nick and Sharon will stop at nothing to uncover the truth. For them, this isn't just about justice. It's about protecting their son and ending Matt Clark's reign of terror once and for all. Final thoughts. The Young and the Restless is weaving one of its most suspenseful arcs in years. Matt Clark's shocking return as Mitch Bacall has opened the door to a storm of lies, betrayal, and revenge. The evidence keeps pointing toward one devastating truth: Matt may have orchestrated Noah's Canyon crash to punish both his unfaithful wife and his old enemies, the Newmans. As this tangled web unravels, fans can expect fiery confrontations, painful confessions, and life-changing revelations. Sienna's guilt, Nick's fury, and Matt's sinister manipulation will collide in an explosive showdown that could change Genoa City forever.